Minus 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, ignition, and liftoff. Go SpaceX, go IM-1 and the Odysseus lunar lander.
Vehicle pitching downrange.
Stage 1 propulsion is not.
Fifteen seconds. T-minus 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, ignition, and liftoff. Go SpaceX, go IM-1 and the Odysseus lunar lander.
Vehicle pitching downrange.
Stage 1 propulsion is nominal.
Falcon 9 has successfully lifted off from Pad 39A at Kennedy Space Center, carrying the IM-1 payload. Now, during ascent, we tilt the engines, the technical term being gimbling, and that turns the rocket horizontally. And
Mach 1. Max Q.
Back shell has started.
Yep. We have a few events coming up in quick succession here. That will be MECO, stage separation, SES-1, and then the boost back burn startup on the first stage vehicle. MECO, or main engine cutoff, is where we shut down all 9 of those M1D engines on the first stage vehicle. That helps slow the vehicle down in preparation for stage separation, which is where the first and second stage will separate. And the first stage booster will begin its trip back to Earth. And the second stage vehicle will ignite that MVAC engine with SES-1, or second stage engine startup 1. And then the boost back burn will begin on the first stage vehicle, which is one of 3 burns that's required for the vehicle to make its way back to today's landing zone. And this burn assists with the vehicle to reorient itself back towards land.
Stage separation confirmed.
And back ignition.
Stage 1, boost back startup.
And there we saw and heard those call-outs for MECO, stage separation, SES-1, and the boost back burn startup on the first stage. Some great views there. Now the first stage is currently performing its boost back burn. This is where we ignite a few of the engines to bring the trajectory towards the landing site. And coming up here shortly will be fairing separation.
Fairing separation confirmed.
And an excellent view of fairing separation and an amazing view of the IM-1 payload attached to Falcon 9's second stage.
Stage
Fairing
1, boost back
deployment has
shutdown.
been confirmed, and we will be attempting to retrieve these fairing halves once they fall back to Earth with our recovery vessel, Bob.
Both vehicles are on nominal trajectories.
And some good call-outs there. And in about 3 minutes, there will be a couple more burns on our first stage to prepare for landing at landing zone 1 at Cape Canaveral. Again, we've completed the boost back burn on the first stage. That's the first burn of 3. The next burns coming up will be the entry burn and then the landing burn for the first stage vehicle. Now we are at T plus 4 minutes and 17 seconds into today's mission. IM-1 is SpaceX's 14th launch this year, and the lunar lander on board could be the first U.S. moon landing since the Apollo program ended more than 50 years ago. You can see on your screen that the MVAC engine on the second stage is ignited, and we are currently in the first of 2 planned MVAC burns. Around T plus 6 minutes, you should see on your screen the first stage's entry burn coming up on that first stage vehicle. Again, that is the second of 3 burns. For the entry burn, we will relight 3 of those M1D engines, starting with the center E9 engine, followed shortly afterwards with the E1 and E5 engines. This helps slow the vehicle down as it enters back into the Earth's atmosphere. Now we need to slow down the vehicle to reduce re-entry forces, and that helps us to recover and reuse the first stage. And again, what you're seeing on your screen is a view of the MVAC engine on the second stage. And you can follow the speed and altitude of both vehicles on the bottom left-hand of your screen. That is showing the stage 1 telemetry and stage 2 telemetry on your right-hand screen. And we are coming up on the entry burn for the first stage vehicle in just about 20 seconds or so. And what you're seeing on your screen on the left-hand side, it's a little dark there, but that is a view from the first stage. And with the entry burn, we should see that screen light up with the engines reignited.
Stage 1, entry burn startup.
And there you can see that the entry burn has begun with those engines relit.
Stage 1, entry burn shutdown. Stage 1, FTS.
And a very quick
Both
entry
vehicles are on
burn
nominal
there.
trajectories.
Great call-outs, both vehicles on nominal trajectories. And as I mentioned, that was the second of 3 burns required for this booster to return back down to land. The next and final burn will be the landing burn. That's just a center E9 engine burn, and that helps slow the vehicle down just in time for landing. That's coming up in just about 15 seconds or so.
Stage 1, transonic. Stage 1, landing burn.
And there you
Stage
can
2
see on your
from
left-hand
guidance.
screen The landing
Stage
burn
2
has
FTS
begun. Let's
is
watch
open.
as Falcon 9. Let's
Stage
watch
1
as Falcon 9
on
touches down for landing.
Stage
And a
1
great
landing
view there. That
Impact
that
shutdown.
is we just had confirmation of
Nominal
booster
orbit
landing. We
insertion.
also heard and just heard SECO 1 as well as a confirmation of good orbit for our Falcon 9 second stage carrying our IM-1 payload. Now with that landing, that marks SpaceX's 273rd recovery of an orbital class rocket, including first stage landings for Falcon 9 and Falcon Heavy.